do you want me to just give a quick walkthrough onto the portal and then we open it for questions?
Initially you can explain about the mechanism. Later
Okay.
on we can go for, because once everybody get into the system, then we can plan for the question and answer or interaction.
Absolutely. I think that works.
So
Correct.
we start in the beginning with the interaction, it may get disturbed because everybody will interfere in the beginning.
Absolutely. No, no worries, sir. So what I'll do is I'll start with a quick walkthrough onto the portal, how a
Yeah,
student has to register, what they have to do,
yeah,
what are
yeah,
the steps they have to take, what are the things they have to do, and then we'll open the floor for questions.
yeah, yeah,
So I'll
that's
just
fine.
request everybody to put yourself on mute and let me quickly bring up my screen.
చెప్పమ్మా టైం
Okay.
అయిపోతుంది కదా అలాట్మెంట్ అయిందా నీ సీటు
So is my screen visible?
అవును బట్ ఇదేనా కన్ఫర్మేషన్ కొడతారు లేకపోతే సీట్
Okay,
క్యాన్సిల్
and would
అయిపోతుంది కదా
request everybody
ఏ
for
కోర్స్
the benefit of all of us, if you can put
బీఎస్సీ కంప్యూటర్
yourself on mute.
వాడికి వెళ్ళి 10,000 కట్టేయంగానే వాడు రిసీట్ ఇస్తారో తీసుకెళ్ళంగానే మీకు కన్ఫర్మేషన్
Hello
And
sir,
Nuria, just
except Ms. Gunjan, others can switch off their or mute their speakers, please. All are requested to mute their speakers, except the speaker Gunjan.
Nuria, maybe you can just check if there's a mic open, if you can mute them for a minute.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Thanks, Nuria. So, good afternoon to all, or I would say good evening to all, because we are just towards ending the day. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm Gunjan from Microsoft. With me is also my colleague Nuria joined in. Today we'll be taking you through the complete walkthrough of through the portal, like how a student register, what are the things that they have to keep in mind. This would help you to understand the kind of questions the students are asking you and maybe answer those questions. Also, towards the end, we'll then open the floor for questions so that whatever queries you have, which are there with you, we'll be able to respond to those. So let's start with this. The very first thing which a student has to do, you already would have a link that would have been shared by the team NASCOM. In case if you don't have, the link is www.futurereadytalent.in, and Nuria would also drop it in the chat so that in case if you don't have this link already with you, you can go ahead and bookmark it with you. The very first time the student is coming onto the portal, they have to first sign up. So this is the thing which they have to do if they have not yet registered themselves for the Future Ready Talent program. Okay. When they are onto this page, they have to click on sign up. They come onto this screen. They again have to click on sign up. On sign up, this is the form that opens up, right? There are a few details that are already coming pre-filled. You can ignore those details. The student has to first enter their email ID. It could be any email ID. We are not restricting it by saying that it has to be only an institutional email ID. It could be any email ID. The only thing is that this should be a working email ID, because there are a lot of communications and details that are being sent to you, and all the communication happens over the email. So this email should be something which you can access anytime, plus you daily, on a daily basis, you access this email. So this is what you have to tell the student. After that, you have to hit on send verification code. The minute you click on send verification code, there's a code that is being sent onto this email ID, correct? So after filling in the email ID, straight away go and click on send verification code. This box gets enabled. Check for your email to get that verification code. Now, if the student is not able to find the email with the verification code, ask them to check in the junk folder or the spam folder, or either they can click on send new code, right? It doesn't take more than 30 seconds. I would say 30 seconds is also, I'm saying, the maximum amount, but immediately the student should get this verification code in the email ID which they have given there. After you put in the verification code here, click on verify code. If the code that you have entered and the code that you have received is correct, this email ID would be verified. After that, you have to come and set up your password, right? Whatever password you want to set in, which is easy to remember, the student should use that password. Once you've selected the password, go and put it your complete name, right? The name has to be absolutely right because this is the name that we will print on the final internship certificate that will be given to the student. Correct? So any change in the name is something which we'll not be able to do it later. So the student has to be 100% sure that the name that he's entering here should be as per the government ID. Then they have to put in their phone number. Every student needs to have a unique phone number. So a student, let's say he registered first time and then again he wants to come and register using the same phone number, they will not be able to do it. So it could be that certain student is already registered on the portal even before we rolled out this initiative to them. Ask them to use the same login and they should not go and try and register themselves again because they would be then stopped on the phone thing. It has to be a unique thing. Here on the drop down, they have to go and select the year of graduation. Year of graduation is basically which year you'll be passing on. And then you click on I agree to terms and conditions and then click on register. The minute you click on register, your registration is done and you'll be logged onto a page, which is a learning page. So I'll show you how that orientation page looks like. Okay. If the student is already registered, they have to come on this page. They have to click on login and they have to put the email ID using which they registered. They have to put in their password and then they have to click on sign in. In case student has forgotten their password, they can click on forgot your password and they can reset their password. Okay, so I have my details already fed in. So I'm just going to click on sign in. Now, after signing, the very first page the student comes is on the orientation page, right? Under orientation, now there are a few things the student has to do. If you are registered and you have come on this page for the first time, you will see that self-learning, industry session, and project tab will be deactivated. Okay, so these three tabs only gets activated once you've completed your orientation. So it's very important. I know that a lot of students would come to you and say that I have filled in all the details, but still I'm not able to see self-learning industry session and project. The reason is because they have not given the complete details which is required on this page. Okay, so I'll scroll down. The very first thing which the student has to give is the institute name, correct? Try that the student put in the correct name of the college as it is printed on their ID card. They put in the institute name here. There's a drop down. They can select the course name from there. So let's say if I'm enrolled into a BCA course, I can select BCA from here. And here they can go ahead and put in their specialization. After this, they have to go and put in a program joining code. This program joining code is something which I think Dinesh sir would send it to you. All the students who are registering here, you have to ensure that they are putting in the program joining code because then only we'll be able to map them to this initiative and pass on the benefits that has to be given to these students. Correct? So this is a very important thing which we have to pass on to the student. There's a document that I've sent, and I think this will be sent to you as well, where it tells you that how you have to put in that code. For any new student who is completing their orientation, they have to put in the program joining code here. In case if they have registered already, they can still go onto the orientation page and put in the program joining code here, right? The technology track would be always Azure only. In college ID card, they have to go and upload their college ID card, right? In case if you don't have an identity card with you, then it could be any other document which kind of confirms that you're a student in that particular college. And it should be a dated document that should be there. So these are the details that they have to fill under academic details. I'll reiterate, please ensure that all the students are putting in their program joining code. That's one very important information through which we'll be able to map students to the initiative and we'll be able to pass on the benefits that are being given, that has to be given to them. So this is the first section under orientation. The second section is where they have to now go and create certain profiles, right? So when student, because this is a self-paced journey, the student have to navigate to different platforms to complete their internship. Okay, so to ensure that we are able to capture their progress, the student has to create these profiles and they have to give all the details here, right? At every step, you would see that we have given you all relevant links. So if student is not able to understand anything, they can click on these links and they can see the relevant information. The very first detail which they have to do is that they need to have a Microsoft Learn account. Okay. If they already have a Microsoft ID, they can use that to consume the courses on MS Learn and create an account there. If they don't have a one, they can click on sign up and they can register there, right? In Microsoft Learn, what you have to give is a Microsoft Learn profile URL. So every box gives you an instruction that what are the details that you have to put in here. Let's say a student doesn't know how to extract Microsoft Learn profile URL, they can click on find your MS Learn profile URL, and it gives you the complete detail that from where you will be able to extract that. Okay. And just go and copy it from address bar, and then you can come and you can put in your profile URL details here. Similarly, I'm sure all the students are registered on Future Skill Prime, so they have to give the email ID with which they are registered on Future Skill Prime. And any question, like if that ID is not active, if you are already not registered, please go ahead and ensure that you're registered so that your details can be captured here. You have to create a GitHub account, like the student have to create a GitHub account. So ensure that they have created a GitHub account and they put in all the required details here in terms of what is the profile name, right? And again, we have given documentation here that if you already have an account, but you need to locate where is the profile name, you can do that. If you don't have an account, you can click here. It directly takes you onto a page and you can go ahead and create your account, right? So it's not that you don't the student doesn't have information. We have tried and put in all the details here. They need to have create an account on AICT internship portal also, and they have to put in their details. While this is an optional field, but if you want to your students to go ahead and do this, you can ask them to create the account and put in the internship email ID here. Because we are talking about connecting skills to employability, we want that the student should be able to brand themselves. So every student should create an account on LinkedIn, and then they should put in their LinkedIn profile URL here. Also, while students are consuming this journey, we always ask them to update their skills and what they have learned on LinkedIn so that the people outside who are looking for talent which would be able to see that. And these are the details that even we'll pass on to the recruiter when finally we have these successful students. So LinkedIn gives recruiter a very quick glance through the profile of the student in terms of education the student has, the skill set which he has. Okay. So these are the details. Once you have put in all the details which are mandatory, you can click on update profile and all your details will be submitted. Because I've already submitted details, it's coming as update profile for me. Otherwise, it would be submit profiles. Let's say, for example, by any reason, the details that the student has given is not correct, they can any point in time come on this page again and they can update their details, correct? So it's not that once done now can't be erased. There are few details which they'll be able to edit. The only details which they'll not be able to edit is their phone number and the email ID. Correct. So this is on to the orientation session. Even after putting in your academic details, you have to click on submit. Okay. So it's not that I've filled in all the details, but I've not clicked on submit. So my details would never be submitted in the system and system would not know who am I, right? So after filling all details, click on submit. The minute you click on submit, it will give you a message, orientation information updated successfully. Click on OK. And that's when your profile is submitted. So I have to click submit once here, and then the second time I have to click update profiles here. While we are conducting this session for you, I know that we are not available all the time for the students. So we have watch on demand session. This is a very detailed walkthrough onto the portal wherein student can click on this and they can consume whenever they have a doubt regarding any of the milestone, they can go and click on watch on demand session. They can go through the complete video and get an answers to their question. Still, if they're not able to find answer to their question, they can go on GitHub discussion forum because they already have a GitHub account. They can log in using that account and they can put in their queries over there. Correct. So all the places we have tried and giving all required resources to student. Once the orientation is completed, which is your filling in the academic details and sharing your internship profile details, your self-learning industry session and project tabs are now open. Okay. Under self-learning, these are the courses that are being given. The student has to start going through these courses. They can go in any sequence. We always say that start with fundamentals. If you are a very new to technology, you are a beginner into technology, start with fundamentals, which is AI 900 and AZ 900, and then you can move on to the other courses. If you already have a little understanding around technology, if you know what Azure Cloud is, what AI fundamentals are, you can even straight away start with any other course. So it's flexible for a student, and we don't restrict them by saying that you have to go in a sequential manner. They can go ahead in any way they want to. How they have to complete this? So let's say I have clicked on this plus button. It opens up that what are the courses that I have to do. So this is a course name, which is Azure Fundamentals. Within Azure Fundamentals, I have then these 3 courses. The student clicks on the link, they get this message, they click on proceed to course, and they're being taken onto the Azure Fundamental course. Okay. One thing which student has to always keep in mind is that they have to log in when they are doing this. Okay. So on Microsoft Learn, otherwise, even without registering, you can go ahead and complete your challenges, but it's just that we'll not be able to store the trophies and badges that you're getting in, right? So always tell student that whenever they are completing this course, they have to ensure that they are logged in onto the portal, and they are logged into the portal with the account details that they have given on the orientation page. Okay. Uh, Once you've completed this course, so let's say today I have clicked on this link and I completed the course tomorrow. We take 48 hours to run the entire sync and update your progress. So if I've completed course tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll be able to see that this course would be then marked as completed. If student has completed a course, they have all the things correct in the profile details that they have submitted, but still they can't see their progress being updated, they can always write with the screenshot and all the required details to the support team. And we will put the support alias there. It's support@futurereadytalent.in. Okay. So wherever you have any questions around my progress is not getting updated, I did this, but I was not able to see my progress there, please write into the support team. But before writing to the support team, do ensure that you have completed the course. You're able to see that trophy in your achievement, plus the details that you have given on the orientation page regarding MS Learn are correct. Okay, because we'll do that mapping to see whether the details are correct or not, and then we'll respond to you. So ensure that these are the checks the student has done at their end. Even you could support them to check that if these details are correct, and then you can write to the support team and they'll assist you with same. So for any, yes. I'll take questions towards the end. Can I just complete this and then I'll take a pause? I'll take questions and then I'll cover rest of the journey. Is that fine?
I'm not getting you.
Sorry.
Ma'am, we are
I'll repeat this portion, right? So I'm saying what happens is that within each course, what we have done is that within each course, we have given further sub modules within that, right? Whenever you click on any of the sub modules, it takes you onto the learning page. You can go ahead and complete these modules. The minute you complete your modules, you get trophies and badges, right? So I'll show you where all these are being stored. So every student, they can go on their MS Learn profile page, and you could see that I have 51 badges and 12 trophies with me. So if I click on trophies, these are the trophies that I have collected. Okay, so let's say student says, hey ma'am, I have done Azure AI Fundamentals, Explore Conversational AI, but in my Future Ready Talent account is still showing as in progress. So 2 things I have to check. One, whether the trophy is shown in their account. Second, I have to check which date have they completed. Have we given 2 days to sync the progress? And third, we have to check their MS Learn profile. Have they given the details correctly? Let's say everything is right. In that case, you can write to the support team, which is support@futurereadytalent.in, and the team would then assist you with your query. Okay, so you have to give 2 days to sync the progress. For students who are completing AZ 900 and AI 900, they can also go and do the certification free of cost, right? So they can click on claim here. It says looking to earn a Microsoft certification at 100% discount. You can click on claim here. It takes them onto this page, and here all the instructions are being given, right? So your student can also do certification while they are going through these courses. The second thing, which is industry session. I know I've heard that a lot of students are facing issue here. While we are investigating that, these are the videos which the student has to do. Out of these, there are two courses which are mandatory. So the first one, which is an overview of Microsoft Azure, is a mandatory. After this, student can pick up any of these four videos and they can complete these videos, correct? So whichever project you are planning to build on, you can select the relevant industry and you can watch that video. While we are not restricting you by saying see any one video, you can go ahead and see all also, but there are minimum two that you have to see. One is the first one, and second, any of the industry video. What are the scenarios in which progress of the industry sessions are not saved? One, if you have skipped the video in between, right? So let's say I saw video this much and then I skipped the video and then I skipped the video and then I skipped the video and I've completed this, right? So in such cases, your progress will not be updated while even you would have seen the entire video altogether, right? Second, if you have put it in the idle mode, so let's say the video is running in the backend, but you're working on something else, the system will pick up the idle time and your progress would not be updated. Correct. So when student is watching these videos, they have to be on the screen. They don't have to skip the video. They have to watch it in a normal pace and their progress will be updated. Even after doing this, if the progress is not updated, you know the email ID support@futurereadytalent.in, and there's a team who will assist you with asking you a few questions and then they'll help you with the resolution on same. So this is on the learning part. The final stage is project, right? I'll go a little slow on this. Before starting the project, please promote your students to watch these recordings, right? These are all project mentoring sessions. Tell students that before they start picking up and working onto the projects, they go through these recordings because it gives them idea in terms of what are the things that they have to keep in mind, how they can frame their problem statements, how they can start working onto the projects, what are the things that they have to keep in mind, what are the evaluation guidelines, what are the different steps. Everything would be explained in these on-demand videos. Correct? There are 3 videos. You can choose to watch one, you can choose to watch all 3, up to the student. Okay. And before they start working onto the project, there's something called as a student developer pack. So since we are working as all together in one initiative, what we'll do is after this call, we'll send you one email format, which you can send to all your students, right? It's a direct link of student developer pack, so they don't have to go through any process. Send it to all the students who have completed their registration and orientation on FRT, correct? They can click on those links and they can start activating their student developer pack. A lot of college like a lot of students from your institute have already started doing it. For the students who have yet not done it, they're facing some issue, please pass on this email to them. It's a direct message that we're sending to you, which you can send it to your students to help them. You can put it in your WhatsApp group and other communication channels that we have with students. Project has 2 stages. When for the first time the student would come on this page, you will only get to see project synopsis. Students should start doing the project once they have a structure in mind that this is what they want to build in, right? In project stage, we are not restricting them by saying that we'll define the problem statement for you. Student themselves can decide what project they want to do. Okay. The first thing which the student has to do is they have to select which industry they want to align their project to. So if you click on this drop down, and since I'm already assigned health as a project for myself, it says health. Otherwise, when you click on the drop down, it will give you options as health, fintech, edtech, sustainability, and lifestyle. Okay, so let's say I want to build an app which tells student on how to claim student developer pack. So it's something which is around educational. So I'll select the category of my project as education, edtech, correct? So based on what I'm building, depending on that, I have to decide which industry my project aligns to. Let's say I'm creating an app which would help me to configure patient history. So it aligns to health, and that's why I'll put the project category as health. Then there's a project title. So what you are building, just a small 2-3 words about the project title. Then what is a problem statement and opportunity that you're working on? So let's say I'm working to create an app that uh, minimizes carbon footprint. So they can decide and they can put in their problem statement here. It shouldn't be a very big description. It has to be a top level idea of what your problem statement is all about. And then you describe your project in a little detail. Another mandatory thing is that what Azure technology that you would be using in, right? So students should go through certain learning content so they know what these Azure technologies are, what different Azure technology is, and then depending on their interest and what project they want to build in, they can go ahead and they can select these services from here, right? It's a drop down. You should select minimum of 2 Azure services. You can select even 3, or you can use more than 3 also, but minimum 2 is a mandatory requirement for your project to get cleared. Okay. After that, you have to just say, I read through the terms and conditions, I agree to it, and then you click on submit button here. So, right, because I've already submitted my synopsis, that's why I'm not seeing the submit button here. Once your project synopsis is being submitted and it's an auto evaluation, your project submission tab would open. Now the student will start working onto the project. Once their project is ready, they have to come back and they have to submit 3 places. One, they have to host their solutions onto GitHub. So they'll give us the GitHub project repository URL. They'll give us the project demo URL using which we can see how the project is working. And they also have to create a 3-minute pitch video of them presenting the solution that they have created. So put in all the 3 links here. There will be a submit button. You click on submit and your project will be submitted. We take 5 to 10 days, maximum 10 days, I would say, to evaluate your projects. Once the project is being evaluated, if you have cleared the project, we'll send you an email saying, hey, you have completed your project. Please log into your account and download your certificate from there, right? Let's say if the student was not able to clear the project, then what they can do is we give them 1 additional attempts and we send them the feedback also around what is that was missing in your project, so that students can rework on that project and they can come back and they can submit the project again. Every student gets 5 attempts to clear their projects. Okay. Every student gets 80 days to complete their internship. So your project clearance has to be done within those 80 days that are being given to you. Okay. 80 days start from the day of registration. So always keep in mind, once you've registered yourself, the student has registered themselves, they should start completing their journey and working towards creating their projects. Okay. Any communication that we do with student, we send them regular emails with all required details that they would need. Any point in time student feels like, no, I'm stuck, I need some help, I have a question, they can always come back. This is a GitHub discussion forum. They can put in their query here and we have a team of experts who will come and who will help the students in answering those queries. Okay, so this is in terms of how their journey has to be completed. Any question around, I'm not able to activate my student developer pack, I've not got the link, I'm not able to log in, any administrative thing that you have, you go and write on to the help desk, which is support@futurereadytalent.in, and there's a team who would come back with the response and the resolution for the same. Okay, so yes, that's in a nutshell about the journey of the entire thing. Every student would be able to see the project submission deadline on the top of the page, right? You also see that there's a FRT guide given here. So if you click on this, it opens up a guide which kind of explains whatever I have told you. So you can either go through a FRT guide, either you can go through the on-demand learning sessions that are available. You can contact our mentors on GitHub discussion forum. So there are different ways through which you can go ahead and connect to teams, right? I'll just reiterate one last thing. Ensure all your students who are already registered should go ahead and add the program joining code. I think your team would send you these program joining code related details and steps. I've already forwarded to them. Everybody should have added this. Even the new students who are coming in, when they're here, they should ensure that they're adding the program joining code here. So with this, I'll take a pause, stop sharing my screen, and yes, open the floor for questions. So maybe you can raise your hand and then you can unmute yourself and put your question and we'll answer that. Hey Shri, I didn't realize you joined in. Okay, so
Well, thank you so much, Gunjan, for covering this.
Thank you.
Good evening,
Yes.
ma'am. Myself Devika from Samata College.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Ma'am, actually, our students have completed the orientation session, ma'am,
Okay.
and they have went to the self-learning also,
Mm-hmm.
and they have done some of the Azure fundamentals and Ignite courses, and they have got some badges and trophies also.
Great.
But the thing is that they did not even given this one, ma'am. The last one you said, no activation code. I mean, a program joining code. That they
Okay.
did not mentioned in the orientation session. That is the first thing.
Okay.
And second thing is that for self learning and this industry session, is it mandatory that after completion of self learning only they have to do industry session, or else they can parallelly do both the things?
Sure. So I'll answer the second question first and then I'll go to the first question. Ma'am, this
Sure, ma'am.
journey is flexible. They can go in any sequence, right? So we're not restricting the user by saying first you have to complete orientation and then only go to the industry session and then you go to the project tab. It's all
Okay.
open for them. Okay.
Okay,
So they
ma'am.
can go in any sequence. So that's the answer to the first question that you have. Second is
Okay, ma'am.
if these students have already registered and completed their orientation, don't worry, you can
Hmm.
connect with Dinesh sir, take the joining code, pass it on to your student and ask them to go ahead and fill it. So they can go ahead and they can fill it even now.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, and
Okay.
one more thing is that
Yes.
when you are coming for project session, they have
Hmm.
to.
Sorry, ma'am. I think you've gone on mute or we can't hear you. We lost you in between. Are you there? Okay. So I think maybe it's an internet issue that we have. Okay, so yes, we have Shiv Prasad who have their hands up. Yes, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Ma'am, thank you. This is Shiva Prasad.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, some of our students completed orientation and we just read the joining code. Thank you for that. And in that sessions one, learning courses, is it we have to complete all those one, I think around 120 hours of all the courses, is it
Yes, yes.
necessary to
All
complete
the
all this?
mandatory courses, all the mandatory courses. So if you see on that page, there are total of 8 courses, out of which 3 courses are non-mandatory. The remaining
Yeah, yeah,
courses are
okay.
mandatory.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if you have to give them a credit certificate, they have to complete all mandatory courses.
Okay, all mandatory courses, then okay.
Yes.
And one more question, ma'am, this last
Yes.
question. Actually, we got the list as some students are selected for the Microsoft. So, as you told that today we can register and today they can start the journey, right?
Yes. Any point in time, you can start the journey. Okay, so it's like always on registration. The only thing is that their 80 days starts from the day they have registered. And just ensure that they're putting in their joining code.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Okay. Then we have somebody from Don Bosco and Prasad. So if you can just lower your hand so then we can have the queue go up. So somebody
Ma'am,
from
can
Don
we have
Bosco.
this orientation video, ma'am?
Yes, we'll send the link to you.
Today's recording session, and we want that video, ma'am.
Yes, yes, we will send the link to you, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, hello.
Yes,
This is Don Bosco College, ma'am, Narsipatnam.
yes, yes, please
Yeah,
go ahead, ma'am.
doubt regarding the edu skills of cyber security and data analytics. Can I clarify those doubts at this session, or it's a
Uh,
different domain altogether?
the Shri, would you want to take that question up? Ma'am, can you just maybe put your question? Then we'll be able to know whether we can answer this in this forum or it has to be
I
taken to
think that
different
will be
team.
taken up by Mr. Dinesh a little later. So
Okay.
you can pose the question, ma'am. I will request Mr. Dinesh to respond for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Shri.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other question, ma'am, you have?
Yes, yeah, this is regarding the question. Some of our students have given.
Mm-hmm. Ma'am, I'm not able to hear you. Okay, I think we have lost connection there. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, somebody from Kites Degree College, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, ma'am. We are from Kites Degree College.
Yes.
In our college, some people completed this for modules all, but they didn't get complete as they are in progress only. They didn't
Okay.
get as. What's the solution for that?
So, ma'am, as I told you, there are 2, 3 things that we have to do. So, what you can do is tell these students to write to support@futurereadytalent.in, right? That's the alias. And Nuria, if you can post it in the chat as well. And when they're doing this, ma'am, please ask them to share the screenshot of their MS Learn profile page, right? That they have completed the course. And we'll be able to assist these students.
Okay, ma'am. And another
Correct?
question.
Hello.
Yes, please, ma'am, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, let the Kite College complete their question and then we'll bring you in. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
For project synopsis, they are asking Microsoft Azure account.
Hello.
Ma'am, just for a sec, ma'am, can we let the
Can we
Kites
request
College
others to
complete?
just, yeah, others please go on mute for a minute. Let
Don
Madam
Bosco
finish.
College, is it?
Madam, can
Ma'am,
you
we are
just hold? We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Not audible.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead. And maybe the people who are asking question, if you can also put your video on so everybody would know that you're asking a question.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, from Kites College. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead. You were saying something about the project synopsis.
Yes, ma'am. In that Microsoft Azure account is asking, they are asking our ATM card number, CBV.
No, ma'am. So you don't have to do that. Ensure all the students have got the student developer pack. So what we are doing is specifically for AP initiative, we'll be sending one email to you, which has a student developer pack link in it, right? Ask the students to click on that link, activate their student developer pack. Once they have the student developer pack, Azure credit comes as a part of that. So they don't need any credit card or CVV information to be entered.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so you'll receive this email by tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. We didn't get program joining code also.
Dinesh, sir, can you send the program joining code document that I've sent to you? Or do you want me to re-forward it to you so that you can send it to the rest of them?
Already I had shared, ma'am. Somehow they missed it. Though you can share the
Okay.
code, and again I will share the code to all the students, ma'am.
Sure, done.
So
Nuria,
after
if
one
you
to that,
have access to it, if you can put it in the chat also, the program joining code, so people can then maybe pick it from here and they have it handy with them while we
Sure.
send the email also again.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am, any other question you have?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And ma'am, if you can, okay, so we'll have now Emerald Degree College. If you can unmute yourself and put yourself on video and you can ask question.
Madam, is
Starting like fast for that.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
yes, madam. Our students are undergoing examinations in our university. So in 2 or 3 days, they
Sorry, sir, we have lost you. So I think the question was around that the students are undergoing exams right now. Are you there, sir? Okay, I think he has dropped because of internet connectivity.
Hello.
Hello. Yes,
like,
Upendra, you can unmute yourself and you can.
madam, from
Yes,
Emirates,
sir.
I just joined.
Yes.
Because internet problem, it got disconnected. Shall I
Okay,
continue?
please go.
Yeah, in 2 or 3 days, they are going to students are going to continue because they are going to complete their exams in 2 or 3 days. Uh, so few students got enrolled for this program, and few students didn't got enrolled. No, now in 2 days, after 2 days, if they want to continue, they can they be able to continue means
Yes.
without like a previous enrollment?
Yes, they can. They can.
My doubt got clear, madam. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Upendra, you can go ahead and maybe unmute yourself and put yourself on video and ask your question.
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Of my student can redeem the student developer pack, and they got the mail also.
Okay.
But that using that mail link, we got the link goes to credit card details, ma'am.
The student developer pack link goes to the credit card detail?
Yeah, ma'am. Right now,
Okay.
before 15 minutes back, we have tried that redeem pack. In that, they ask the credit card details, and one of my student can skip the details and try to create the Azure account and get the $100. In that account, they show the 100 out of $100, but they didn't get the WordPress website, ma'am. No subscription is needed for this account. The message pop-up will be shown.
Okay. So, Upen sir, I have two requests from you. One, I need the screenshot of clicking on that link and how is it showing you to ask for the credit card, because that should not be a case. And a kind request to everybody who is on the call here. Uh, at any stage, we would not ask for card details from anybody, right? Be it for anything in the Future Ready Talent journey. So if that is a case, please stop then and there, raise the issue to us that this page is taking us to a link where it's asking for the credit card detail, right? And second, so the issue that you're saying that while the pack is activated, it's showing them the amount also, but they're not able to utilize. Just send us a detailed email on the same support alias that we have mentioned, and we'll be able to assist you there. Right?
Can I get mail ID?
It's support@futurereadytalent.in. You can see it would be there in the chat also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Right? Thank you. Thanks. And again, a request to everybody, please don't give in your credit card details. Even if it's a link taking on a credit card page, do highlight it to us so that we can look into the case. Correct? Okay, so we have now Vijay Bhaskar. Can you unmute yourself and please ask your question? Gates College will come to you. Let's go in queue so that everybody is able to get the answers to their questions, right? So Vijay Bhaskar sir, are you there on the call?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
This is Vijay Bhaskar from Agriculture College, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, it says that there are 8 modules in Microsoft. It says
Yes.
that 3 is the optional, 5 is the mandatory. Yes,
3
can
are
we know the
non-mandatory, 5 are mandatory.
mandatory? Can we know the mandatory modules, ma'am?
Yes, all mandatory modules have to be completed.
Okay. So can we know what are the mandatory modules, ma'am?
So mandatory module is one is AI 900, right? Then you have AZ 500, AI 1. So wherever so you see the non-optional optional word is not written, all those 5 modules are mandatory.
Okay.
Right? So if I read it out for you, what are those? And if you want to maybe note it down, it's AZ 104, AZ 204, AZ 500, AI 900, and PL 300. I'll repeat: AZ 104, AZ 204, AZ 500, AI 900, and PL 300. These are the mandatory modules.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Any other question that you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Then we have Haripriya. Do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question? Okay, it has gone out of the list. Then we have Ravindra. Do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question? Okay, let's move to Gate College then. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Actually, I have two things, ma'am, two doubts in that one. One thing is you are saying that it is a 80 days of a course period to the students. But in a SU university, now only they are on tomorrow of 2 days only they are going to complete the examinations of main semester examinations. I mean, up to one actually they are up to 1.5 1 month. They are in preparation of examinations. They are not done any process of their Microsoft. So I want to know that they really working. Can you able to increase the go for extra dates for the students?
Sure. So you're saying that these are the students who registered 1.5 months back, but because their exams were going on, they have not done anything and they would be reinitiating their journey, right?
Yeah.
Great. So we can do that, sir. I would request that you can send the details to Shri from NASCOM, right? And we'll take the thing and we'll increase their validity.
Thank you. And
Right.
one
We'll
more
give them
thing for this only, ma'am.
15. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
In that one, I want to. Actually, our students are registered at different dates.
Okay.
Even we have some. My students are saying that we are already registered. We are in that process. But when the university send that one Excel file, in that we have only few students are being registered. Some people are there not in the list. Is it possible to get all the students who are registered for my from my college from
And
directly
that's
from the
why, sir,
my,
that's why we are asking, ask all your students to put the joining code, right? So that we are able to map it to Dinesh sir, and then Dinesh sir can share that from your college, how many students are registered, right? So two very important thing. One, they have to put their program joining code. Second, I showed you that institute details box, right? They have to put the college name correctly, because we have seen student put in their names, student put in their different details, but they don't put in their college name, right? So just ask them to
that is
do
one.
these details correctly, and then Dinesh sir would be able to give you that information back.
Just to chime in
How can
over
we get
there.
that, ma'am? How can we get that list, ma'am?
Dinesh sir would be able to give that to you, but before that, you have to ensure that everybody has put in the program joining code, because that's an identifier for us. Because like right now, I have 160K students who are registered with us, right?
Yeah, that's one.
Now
Number
I
of
would not
duplicates
know.
is also there, ma'am. Number of duplicates is also there.
Yes, that's why I'm saying ask your students that they go ahead and put in the program joining code. The minute that is being done, I'll be able to report back to Dinesh sir that these are the students from AP who have registered for the program. He would know from which college how many students have come in, and he'll be able to share that detail with you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. That's only the.
Yeah, I would just like to add one point over there to what Gunjan is saying. Apart from adding the code, the program joining code in the form, the students are also expected to use the same email ID and complete their future skills prime registration as well. If they have not signed up here, we will not be able to count it as, as an internship program. And we will not be able to provide you any analytics.
That is also the main problem from them also, ma'am. Actually, they are saying that I registered with a different name, email ID with the NASCOM, and also different with Microsoft.
So
That is
maybe
the main.
please ask them to use the same email ID, because this was there in the initial instructions as well, sir.
We are doing and mapping everyone, ma'am. That's the reason.
Okay.
Right. So, so in that case, I would request just report out these cases to us who would be re-registering themselves, so that we can deactivate the other account.
Yeah, sure.
Right, because they would be using some details which might be overlapping, and they'll not be able to use the same phone numbers and rest of the details, right? So just help us to know, identify those accounts so that we can deactivate those.
Some more, not only as we have using my Python also, ma'am. I think so.
Python in what? In courses that we have given?
In course, Microsoft. In Microsoft, there
It's
is a
around
Python.
Azure. I might not be technically very sound to answer that, but it's around cloud security and data.
Actually, my BCA students are mostly around 25 students are doing in Python only. The students are asking me to raise the point also.
Okay. So do they want to do this internship, or they're saying Python is also there in this so that they can do it?
They also created some batches from them. They're in WhatsApp, some Telegram, like that. Microsoft Python, like that. They are designed. They created a group also.
Okay. So see, if they want to become a part of this program, they can, right? But in the current internship, maybe what they're looking at, if they get that, I'm not sure, because this is the curriculum, you know how the curriculum is, right?
Yes. Just to chime in over there, especially as far as Microsoft internship is concerned, for this, number of hours, they have already listed the courses which are required to be completed, which is consolidated and put through into one channel. So additionally, they may do anything else, but if they are looking for internship related thing, they're expected to complete this entire learning and go to GitHub and complete the submissions over there also. So that's the process for them to demonstrate what they have learned and how they can actually work. Then it will be evaluated. Thereby, it will be considered as, internship model. Okay, sir?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And then we'll move to the next question. And Nuria, in the meanwhile, there's few questions in the chat, just to be sure that we're able to answer everybody. If you can keep answering, Shri, even if you can help to answer, because I see a lot of questions there. Let's move on to the next question. GDC Tirupati. Do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question? GDC Tirupati, is someone from the college there?
Good afternoon, madam.
Yes.
Our students have completed self-learning courses, and he have uploaded his synopsis also, madam.
Okay.
But then his SV University exams are ongoing, so then his project uploading is expired, madam. So
Okay.
any chance to re-upload? Give me the chance, ma'am.
Sure, it can be done, sir. So you are saying that the students, they did synopsis, but their 80 days were over and they're not able to submit their projects now. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay. So Shri, could you help us, because since we are not authorized to see any identifiable information, can we collect these cases and send it to the Monster team so that they can increase the project deadline for them?
Yeah, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So just send it to Shri and we'll collate all the cases together. We'll maybe give them a flat, or maybe what we can also decide to do is, and I'll discuss with Shri that how do we want to go about that. I do flat 1 month extension to all students whose project deadlines have expired. So we can do that as one generic thing so that everybody gets covered. But it would be given to people whose projects are deadline are going to expire maybe next 15 days or have already expired.
Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు పెట్టినారు సార్ మీటింగ్ ఇప్పుడు పెట్టినారు.
Would that help, sir? Okay, so then we'll move to Himvati. You can please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, good evening, madam. I'm calling from Visakhapatnam, Dr. Lankapalli Billai College.
Yes.
Actually, is it conduct any live sessions from students to students?
So ma'am, whenever these sessions would be done, we'll send the details to you. Currently, we don't have any such session that are planned, right? But yes, we do conduct. In past we have done, but abhi, if I say in next 15-20 days, I don't see a side to it. But whenever it would be done, the notification would be sent to you as well as to the students also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. One more question. Ma'am,
Yes,
is it
sir.
possible to provide a sign-up facility to faculty from each college, from one faculty? Because that platform and everything is, that means, what is that? It's very easy to, proper guidance to give the students also for that login facility. We know the each and every option also from that login facility.
Okay. So I would say you can create one dummy login for yourself, right? And you
Here
can
it is
utilize.
year of graduation is mandatory. How it possible?
Okay. Okay. So maybe what we'll do is we'll create one dummy login for AP and we'll pass it across, which can be used across different colleges.
Yeah, come on, sure.
So
Thank you.
don't utilize that for submitting any details or something. It's more for a viewing purpose, which can be used across all institutes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Let's do that. Thank you, ma'am. And yes, next, Madhu, ma'am, please go ahead and ask your question. Is Madhu, ma'am, there? Okay, we'll give her time. Shiva Prasad, if you have a question, please go ahead and unmute yourself and you can ask a question.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes,
ma'am, in that portal, in that feature editor portal, we see that plan your student pack on the right side.
Yes.
When I click on that, we get some identity card to upload and details, right? So could we go through that? Definitely, we should need to get a mail from the our AppC or NASCAM, something like that. Which option is correct?
Yes, so don't go by that, clicking on that widget for now, right? Just wait till tomorrow. We'll send you an email. Use that details to go ahead and claim the student pack.
Because here is a one problem, because most probably out of from my college, around 30 members are registered for through NASCAM. But in that final list of the Microsoft selected list, we don't have any of our student names. So how do our students get mail, and how do our students get access to this?
Okay, so I'll pass on the email to both NASCOM as well as you. Shri, maybe you would be better placed to answer this question because between the two lists, I think you're the one who knows both the list. But maybe I can pass on these details to you and we can decide how do we want to land it with students.
Yeah,
with that too, Shri, if you want to come.
Yeah.
So, sir, don't
once
worry.
we look at the list, we will go back and respond to them.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. We have Dr. Srinivas Rao. Please go ahead and can ask your question. Madhu, if you have a question, please raise your hand so that you come in queue and then we can let you ask a question. Thank you, sir. Yes. Do we have Shiv Prasad, sir?
Actually, yeah, madam, actually our students, I'm Srinivas, madam, from Avanti Engineering College, Makavaram.
Yes.
So our students are busy with the internships only. Almost 230 students have already done the internship. For Microsoft certification, already our students have, not from the future skills, directly from the LMS and edu skills. So as for the future skills prime, already our students have enrolled and they are doing courses, madam. So can you summarize this, how to do this Azure certification and courses and project work, madam?
Shri, do you want to answer that?
Yeah. So if they have already completed the, certain portions of this internship program, otherwise, they can come register and check which are the modules they have not yet completed as part of the internship program, complete those elements, pick up the project and then submit it. Whatever they have learned earlier, that will still be relevant, but that, the other portions which are incomplete, they are expected to complete those ones.
Okay. Madam, what about new registration? Can I ask new students?
New students can also do, right, Shri?
Yeah. New students can also join, sir. And even the old students and the new students, please ask them to add the program code that will be shared by Dinesh, sir, to all of you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, we have Santosh. Please go ahead and ask your question. Do we have Santosh on call? Okay, Madhu, you can go ahead and you can ask in the meanwhile Santosh would come in. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. This is Madhu, ma'am, from Srungavarpukota, Sri Vivekananda Degree College.
Yes, sir.
My doubt is regarding project, ma'am. We enrolled almost 94 students. Almost they done first 3 sessions, ma'am. Self-learning and industry sessions. Orientation also completed. Now regarding project, there are 2 options we are seeing. One is individual project and another one is group project. Which one we have to choose, ma'am?
Individual, sir.
So each student has to submit an individual project.
Yes, and they have to do an individual. So it's not like 4 students together do one project and they submit it individually. Everybody has to do a new project.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any more questions in the queue? Otherwise, I'll just pick up the questions that are there in the chat. Okay, Don
Madam, good evening.
College. Yes, sir.
Madam, good evening. We are calling from Machilipatnam SSR Degree College.
Yes, sir.
In my students, they are getting troubles in MS Cloud, ma'am. They are getting in every modules in progress column. They are confused with that, ma'am. So how to?
So have they completed the module, sir? Because once they've completed,
yes.
Okay,
They
then
are completed
just
modules
ask...
and sub modules also, but they are getting in progress. So they are confused with that one.
Okay, so what you can ask them to do is, sir, the students who are facing this issue, just ask them to write it support at Future Ready, or maybe you on behalf of those students, just pick up all their email IDs, write to support at Future Ready Talent saying that these students have already completed these modules, but it is still showing us in progress for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so we'll check on the details and we'll come back to you that what is the issue there. So maybe don't give it to student. You can write on behalf of students to support at Future Ready so that they get in one email, they get the consolidated view.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We have Santosh. I see your hands up again. Can you come out of mute and please ask your question? Jay Krishna, sir, if you have a question, please ask. Otherwise, you can put yourself on mute and maybe you can put your video off. Okay, now I'll take few questions from chat also. So there's one question from Vigna Degree College. How many days to complete this internship? Answer is 80 days from the day student register into the program, right? So you get 80 days. How many modules they want, they have to complete to get the certification? So they have to complete 5 mandatory modules. They have to complete their project to get the internship certificate. So I hope Vignan College, you have got the answer. If yes, please just acknowledge in the chat. Yes. There's a question which is, Madam, students got email after registration. In that mail, session links are there and they listed all the videos. Is that correct process? Yes, ma'am. That basically email is something which has a walkthrough session, correct? So it's a orientation session. The students can go through that to know that what are the different steps that are there in the journey, correct? But they have to come on the self-learning tab. They have to complete all 5 mandatory modules, which I called out during the session, that these are the courses that they have to complete. They have to complete their project to get the internship certificate. Okay,
Madam,
we have a
good evening.
question from... sir, I'll take your questions. I'm just answering few questions from the chat and then I'll come back to your questions. So just keep your hands up and I'll come and answer your questions.
Okay,
Is
thank
it
you, madam.
possible to provide sign up facility to faculty, because from that it is easy? Okay, so I think I've answered this question. We'll create a dummy login. We'll send it across so that it can be commonly shared across all the colleges and you can get an idea into what all is there in the journey. Please allow students who did not enroll previously because of communication. So program is open. Don't worry. If there are students who were not able to register earlier, they can go ahead and they can register now and they can start with their journey. Correct? So we are not restricting anybody by saying that, hey, since you didn't come earlier, you would not be able to come in now. The program is open. They can come in and they can enroll for the session. Okay, so Nuria has already answered that which college. So you should be graduating in next 2 years, or you should be have graduated in 2021. You are eligible to participate and register, and Nuria has also given the link there. Okay, so I see rest of the questions are answered. There are a few new questions. Okay, so Shri is answering those questions, so I can come back onto the chat. Yes, so we have Pratap Reti. Yes, please, you can go ahead and mute yourself and you can ask your question.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, good evening, sir.
I am Dr. J. Pratap Reddy, St. Anne's College for Women, Guntur.
Hello, sir.
I would like to ask 2 questions, madam.
Please go ahead.
The first thing is the project submission deadline was completed.
Okay. So for your students, you're saying that the deadline has already passed, right?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Then how can they proceed further?
Sure. So, sir, what you do is that collate the list of all the students who are registered from your college, correct?
Okay.
Send it across on support@futurereadytalent.in.
Okay.
Correct? Say that you are the part of APSHE program. The student have registered, but due to exams, they were not able to clear their complete their internship. We request for the extension. We'll give them 1 month extension.
Okay, madam. Second thing is, madam, how to generate the internship video demo link?
Okay, I'll come to that. Just for the first thing, sir, I would request you to send that email and don't ask student to send individual emails, because then we'll not be able to map them to the AppShe. So you send it on behalf of them so that we know that this has come from a valid source, right? Second, how to generate the video link, and I'm sure, just tell me if I'm understanding it right. You are referring to the link which they have to submit in their project video, right? Are you referring to the same link which they have to submit in their project as a project demo video?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So basically,
the students are not able to submit the link. How to generate that link? How to paste the value, that column?
So there are 3 links that we are asking for, sir.
Yeah.
One is the GitHub repository URL. The second one is your project demo URL. The third link is basically a video which they have to create. Okay. So video could be, I can switch on my laptop video. Okay.
Okay.
And I can go ahead and I can record presenting my screen that this is what I have made. Correct. So it's basically, you can say it's a pitch video, like the people do a Shark Tank pitch. It's something like that, but it's just the evaluator is not in front of them. You're recording yourself, host it somewhere, maybe on YouTube, or if you want to upload it on a OneDrive and share the link, up to you. Submit that link. The link has to be accessible. It should not be rights protected that only a particular person can see. That's how they can generate that link.
Sure. Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you. So I think you said 3 questions. So is that all? Like, do you have any more question?
No, madam. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam, good evening.
Yes.
Madam, good evening.
Okay, so can we go in sequence? There's before you there are 2 people. Let's answer their question and then I'll come to you. I'm sorry about that. But Uday, do you have a question? Can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Madam, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Madam, any extension is there for MS Cloud students to completion of the internship course?
Sorry, could you repeat, sir? The first part clashed with each other. Could you repeat your question? Uday, sir, can you repeat your question once?
Good afternoon, ma'am. We are from Satyadegram College.
Krishna College. Krishna, sir, we'll just request you to just hold on for a sec. There was a question which Uday sir was asking in. Let's answer that question and we'll come to you. Uday sir, are you there on the call?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Uday, please go ahead and ask your question.
Madam, we didn't understanding any project demo video, madam.
Okay, so you are saying
in project synopsis.
Okay, in project synopsis, what have you not understood?
In project synopsis, there are on that videos we didn't understanding anything.
Like understanding, not understanding what, sir? If you can just like tell me a little precisely, maybe I'll be able to help you there. Uday sir, if you're there, if you could just tell me a little more details there for to help. Okay, so I think he's dropped in. We have Don Bosco College. Please go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, your voice is breaking for me. Ma'am, we can't hear you. Your voice is. Yeah, can you put your question on chat?
Yeah, I placed on chat already.
Okay, now I can hear you. You can go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Ma'am, I just want to know if there is any provision to change the mail ID of our students who register.
No, ma'am. Mail ID can't be changed. A mail ID is a static fee. How many such students are there, ma'am? And what is the reason? Okay, and what is the reason that we want to change their email ID?
They sent the wrong mail ID.
Okay.
And so they are not getting any mails to their mail ID. So they could not register even.
Okay, but email ID, where are they registered on FRT, Future Ready Talent, or they're registered on FSP right now?
No, it's neither of this, because they have gone for edu skills, cyber security, and data analytics.
Oh, okay. So, ma'am, if they're not registered yet, they can go ahead and they can update, like they can register using what ID you are mentioning. But as Shri said, the ID which they're using to register on FSP, Future Skill Prime, as well as the ID that they're going to use on Future Ready Talent has to be same.
Okay. So
Does
this
that answer?
This meeting is only for future.
Yeah, only for Future Ready Talent.
Okay. No, I'm referring to data analytics and cyber security.
Okay, so maybe then you can put in the question there and Shri would be able to help you, because I would not have much details around those programs.
Okay, but then can I get those questions clarified at this meeting, or there's another window?
Shri, you want to intervene if you're there?
Ma'am, excuse ma'am, it's Dinesh andi. Ma'am, adi vere meeting ma'am morning jarigindi. Mala next week undadandi. Please limit this meeting to the Microsoft questions andi.
Okay. అంటే మార్నింగ్ జరిగింది మేము యూజ్
మేడం
చేయలేక
పర్లేదు మ్యామ్, మళ్ళీ అటెండ్ అవుతారు. ఇప్పుడైతే ప్లీజ్ లిమిటెడ్ టు ద మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్.
ఓకే, దట్స్ ఫైన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes,
Dinesh
Krishna,
garu, can you add the Microsoft program code over here in the chat window so that everybody will use it?
Sure. I think Nuria has already pasted. I'll just look in the chat and I'll do that as well. And Krishna, yes, you can go ahead and you can ask your question in the meanwhile.
Madam, any extension is there for internship course to completion of MS Cloud students, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it can be done. We just need an email to come from you stating that
Okay.
this is the reason because of which the students were not able to do, and we are looking for extension, and we'll be able to do that.
Sure, sure. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And everybody, the program joining code, I've pinned the message. I'm again posting it also so that it comes on the top. It's APSHE12, right? So this is the program code. Just pick this up, and this is what the students have to fill under joining codes. I have pinned in. If you click on that pinned message, you'll be able to see the details there. Okay, moving on to the next question. And I know we have extended the meeting by 20 minutes, but let's take these last two questions. If you have any more questions, please keep sending it to us or keep sending it on support@Future Ready Talent, and we'll be able to assist you there. Yeah, Shiv Prasad, you have a question?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, this question is for Sridevi, ma'am.
Okay.
Regarding that list of the students, previously you told that our students are registered but didn't get any mails. So you told that we look into that and send mails. So do we have to send that list particularly to any mail ID to any contact person? Ma'am, Sridevi, ma'am, could you please answer? Able to answer?
You can ideally send it to Dinesh Garu, or you can send it to my mail ID, sir, because Dinesh can consolidate and give it to me at one go. Otherwise, you can direct, I mean, if you only have a few set of students and this is an issue with one college, you can actually send it to my mail ID. I'm putting the email ID here in the chat.
Can I have? How can I have my mail ID? Your mail.
Pettan, sir. Group lo pettan. I put chat lo pettan.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I'm also learning some new language. Okay, so yes, moving on to the next question, and let's take these two last questions because I know that we have over exceeded and everybody would have to leave. Let's take those last two questions, but we are not saying that we'll not take any more questions. Write to the support list. Nuria will again paste it in the chat window, and we'll solve any further questions also. Yes. So the second last question is Vishwam. You can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question. We have Vishwam there.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, myself Krishna Prasad. My doubt is actually my students are a lot of registered, but they did not start the internship Microsoft.
Okay.
Is there any last date to complete the internship for?
80 days, sir. Please ask them that what date they have registered. Let's say if they have registered on 1st of October, they have still long time to go. Only 19 days have gone, right? So every student gets 80 days. Just check with them that what is their project validity date. If you feel like only 15 days are left or maybe 10 days are left, we can work towards getting an extension for them, right? But only request is while between this group, we can give them extension, but we should then try and create an urgency in the student that they should not delegate to complete this internship. They should try and complete it within time. If not possible, because of the exams and other things, we are there and we'll support you in terms of extending their deadlines.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Thank you. One
So
more
Vishnu,
doubt
you
is,
can
madam.
just check with these students what is their project deadline date. If it's very near, like 10-15 days left, just write to support@futurereadytalent.in with all the email IDs where you need the extension to be given to them, and we'll work on that.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Sure.
Okay.
One more doubt is, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Is there any new registration or like Microsoft?
You can go ahead and even register today, sir. No problem.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Right. So it's not that people who have registered earlier are only eligible to get the benefit. Even new students can register. The only thing which we have to ensure that they're putting in the program joining code.
Also,
Okay. Thank you so
just
much.
to add one point to what we are discussing right now, we have seen a lot of students who have just registered themselves for the internship program, but they have not commenced their learning. So we are seeing a lot of enrollment, but there is no progression which is happening. I will take the liberty to request all of you to tell the students to start learning and complete the internship, because this is the time that we are requesting Microsoft team to do an extension. It may not be feasible further to ask them for extension. So my request is whatever extensions we are getting within that period, we should ensure our students complete every element of internship and apply for the internship certificates. I hope that that solves. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, last question, Chaitanya. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Madam, some of has registered future ready talent with and future skills prime with different emails, madam.
Okay.
How to in orientation section we entered in future skills prime that email which has been registered in future skills prime.
Okay, so both the places we have a different. So, Shri, maybe this question is to check on the feasibility, since in FRT, the email ID is restricted, right? They can't change, and I'm sure the same thing would be in the FSP. So, what would you want to suggest in such cases?
Let them do a re-registration with the same email ID for which they have used the Microsoft thing.
Madam, we have tried, madam, but that in future skills prime this email has been already used is given, madam, but no message. It came a email, but in email we have to create a link. In email has a link, no, madam. We have to click on that link and we have to create an account in future skills prime.
Correct.
That link was not opening, madam.
Okay, is this one-off kind of a case, or is it like for some set of students?
It's some students, madam.
Okay, so maybe please collect their email IDs and give it to me. I will generate a magic code for them and they will be able to activate their accounts.
I like that word, magic code.
Madam, your email ID, madam?
It is there in the chat window, sir. Sridevi@nascom.in.
Thank you, madam. I will mail to them, madam.
Thank you. Okay, and because we see one hands up, and this is
Ma'am,
the last question.
Sridevi garu, ma'am.
చెప్పండి సార్.
మీకు అలా ఇస్తే హ్యాండిల్ చేయలేమేమో. మనం యూనివర్సిటీస్ కి షేర్ చేసి యూనివర్సిటీస్ కి డెడ్ లైన్ ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళని కన్సోలిడేట్ షేర్ చేయమని.
రైట్ సార్, అదే అన్నాను నేను. కన్సాలిడేట్ వస్తేనే
మీకు
నాకు
డంప్
ఈజీగా
ఎక్కువ
ఉంటుంది.
అయిపోద్ది. ఐ విల్ ఆస్క్, నేను ఒక ఫార్మాట్ డిస్కస్ చేసుకుందాం. మనం యూనివర్సిటీస్ కి ఇద్దాము, డెడ్ లైన్ ఇచ్చేద్దాము. ఆ డేట్ వరకు వచ్చినాయన్ని కన్సిడర్ చేద్దామండి.
యా, డన్.
మీకు ఇది ఈ డంప్ ఎక్కువ అయిపోతుంది లేకపోతే.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you all. Really loved the session, and thank you so much for asking so many questions. This gives us a lot of happiness because we see that students are already in their journey. We are there to support you. Any point in time, any question you have, I would suggest to this group, please write to support@futurereadytalent. Do reach out to Shri, do reach out to me, and we'll support you with all your queries and ensure that students are able to complete their internships on time.
Yeah.
So thank you on this note. Anything, Shri, sir, any parting comments that you would want to say to the educators who are joined in?
Dinesh
Okay, Shri, anything that you want to say, and we close the call? Yeah, Dinesh sir, please go ahead.
Bhaskar sir.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, vote of thanks.
Yeah, really, it was indeed very a pleasant thing. Both Kunjan and Sridevi are making the things happening in a proper way for the benefit of those who are interested in getting some doubts. Those doubts are very simple. I request all the participants to go through with the meeting chart as well, while going with the able to hear the conversation. They are also requested to go through with the chart programs. That is more important to participate in any event. I really thank you, Gunjan, as well as Sridevi Garu, for clarifying in a exemplary
2
way.
minutes on me.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Thank you,
Gunjan
sir.
Garu. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really,
Thanks
you
for
are
the
doing very
opportunity.
good. Very
Thank you,
great
sir.
job. Nice
Thank
talking
you,
to you.
Bhaskar Garu. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
So thanks everyone. We'll connect back. Thank you so much.
Harish.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks and Sridhar garu and Kunjan. Thanks all, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
काम बालू मट्ठी उठा डालते हैं दादी मानो तो ये ले जाओ बाजी उठा डालने में पैसा लग जाएगा है हमारा बेटा ले पर है अब बालू को आ करोगा तो खाएगा चले काम देखिए अच्छा करा है धंधा हमें घर बजा तानी घर में रानी की लड़ाई सुधारा घर पर करा तो करना हो तो करा लेना